I don't think we faced anything different than what we faced over the 4 games, really. A really difficult team to play against. An aggressive team, a team that can be direct with their play. The game that we played was the game that we expected. Now, it's a difficult place to go. So, for us this week was about going through the game, was about making sure we know exactly what we got to do now, right? It's a typical playoff game. We have to win to give ourselves a chance to advance. So, there's areas of the game that we know we can be better. There's areas of the games that we felt, absorbing some pressure and being under pressure. But there's some simple things we have to put right, and first and foremost, we have to go into it with the belief.
3-game series, you're in a must-win situation. It sounds like you're very confident that if the team executed better, you would have gotten the result. Are you nervous that maybe you're giving your hand a little and saying, hey, we're going to probably play the same way, just try to do it better?
But whether we are or we aren't, what people perceive we're going to do ultimately, we have a game plan that we believe will give us the best chance of winning the football game, that we have to win. And there was elements of that game that we have to retain because our identity is our identity. The belief in what we do is solid in our dressing room. In those moments, we have to execute better. Now, will we change certain things? Of course we will, right? We're playing in front of our people. We know that we've got everybody behind us. We know that if we play our best football and we do the things that we believe will help us win right, and we do it with high intensity, we've got a great chance of winning. So, my confidence in the team and the group to execute a win is always there. And it comes from the honesty when we don't win in how we approach the next game and the reaction we show. So it's a must-win game. Team this week has been really hungry to put it right.
This best of 3 series is rather unique. This is your first experience with it. It started last year. What are some of the complications or issues that you've noticed with it that make it a unique experience?
I don't think that, I think ultimately when you go through all 3 games, you can then look back at it and think, what did we do well, what did we not? Ultimately, the only deciding factor of whether you did well or not is whether you go through, because it's about playing winning football now. Now, we probably didn't play the best game that we can play, and we came out of it on a 1-0 defeat in the small areas that we have to fix. But when I look at how hard we fought, when I look at how we approached the game in the sense of the desire to win and the hunger to progress, it was definitely there. We have to create more. We have to make sure that when we do create more, we execute better, and we have to make sure we don't give away a sloppy goal. Now, this is part of, playoff football. It's a tight game, and we fell the wrong side of a tight result. Now we have to make sure that we fall the right side.
Onto the Zoom, Chris.
Hey, Coach. Chris Gilmore from the outfield. Previously, there were reports that you were being considered as a target for the Arsenal women's job. Have you or your agent been contacted regarding that position? Thanks.
No.
Oliver?
Hi, thank you. This is Oliver Strand with Hudson River Blue. Maxi Morales came off the bench last time, or in the last game, and in the post-game press conference, you touched on how his leg was wrapped, how he had suffered a little bit of a knock. How is he doing, and are there any other injury concerns we should know about?
Maxi's good. Yeah, there was it was a slight issue that I said before, that we have a huge desire to advance here, and he's a really important player for us, and the game just come a little bit too soon for him. So we decided to bring him off the bench. The plan was to bring him off the bench, whether we needed to hold the game, whether we wanted to push the game. He's hugely experienced for us in every moment of the game now. He now was trained this week. He's fully fit. Everybody else is fully fit. So for us, we've got a full roster to pick from, and I've said before, it's the most difficult part of my job, right? Picking a team that's going to go win when you have the hunger and the desire of everybody that wants to contribute.
I'm sorry, just a quick follow-up. By a full roster, do you also mean Malachi Jones?
No, well, we obviously got Malachi out. He's on a long-term injury, and we have Tavon out on a red card. But everybody else is fit to select from. I just didn't put Malachi in because we spoke about him consistently being injured.
Nature of how NYCFC handles media, we don't get a chance to really talk to you after the season's over. We're not sure when I'm going to have this opportunity to ask the question, so I'll ask it now. Legacy. What did you think your legacy would, how did you perceive you wanted your legacy to be written when you looked at this, taking this job, and where do you think you are now?
Yeah, I've said before, I have certain dreams. I love the game, right? So you build certain dreams in, like, conference finals in New York and being able to deliver trophies. All through my coaching career, I play to win and always have. I want a team that can win championships, and I've done that everywhere I've been, right? And as the assistant coach, we won the championship. My interim, we won the Campeones Cup. We play for the Hudson River Trophy, and it's important for me to win. That is no different with this team, right? Now, there are steps to success, and last year taught me that more than ever. This year, I had a huge desire to be a team in the postseason, because when you're in the postseason, you can play to win then. And we got there. We're disappointed that we didn't get fourth. I am. But the reality is we were one game off four. So in my opinion, when I look at the team and I look at the season, we're in and around 4 to 7 in how consistent we are, in the performances that we put in the way that we play. Now, my aim is to get this team into 3 to 1. And they are the steps to success. I think the improvement we've showed this year has been good enough in the sense of my patience and impatience to win. Now, this is about now concentrating on playoffs and playing to win and make a run in the postseason. In the off-season, it'll be about how do we accelerate the improvement of this team to get it in that top 3. You look across Miami, Columbus, Cincinnati, they've been consistent enough to put enough points on the board to get in that top 3, to get home playoff games, to push the league position. And my full focus is on that. The legacy that I want to leave is, when I leave, is a championship team, and I will fight as hard as I can and work as hard as I can to produce that for New York.
Back to the Zoom, Chris.
Hey, Coach, Chris Campbell. You have a must-win game Saturday night at Citi Field, potentially the last home game of the year for the club, whether or not you win or lose. Any message for the fans ahead of Saturday's match?
Yeah, I think, we're disappointed we didn't deliver 2 home games in the playoffs, but the reality is we are where we are. We have this home game that is a critical game for us to give ourselves a chance to advance in the postseason. Now, the other side of it is we love playing at home in front of our people. I said post-game. Irrelevant of what happened in Cincinnati, we're now playing in front of our people, and that is where we play our best football. But we need everybody behind us. The players are incredibly hungry, have a huge desire to win this football game and to make sure that we win the game with our people. So they've been amazing all season. I can always go back to the Miami game. That was an incredible... It's actually interesting because the Miami game in Yankee Stadium was an amazing game in front of our fans. Our fans delivered so much for us. But the last playoff game I did in Citi Field was also Miami. That was an incredible atmosphere. Good performance from the team. And we know that if we play well and we start well, we get our people behind us. And that is our aim. Our aim is to make sure that we deliver for our fans so that our fans can, together we can create an incredible atmosphere.
Cushing.
Yeah, hi Coach, just building off that a little bit there, how can you leverage that Miami experience? Because a lot of the players still here now played in that game, and it was a pretty raucous atmosphere, as I remember, and a great performance.
The way that we play. I think if we show our hunger and our desire, if we show our intensity and we show our intent in the game, this week has been all about showing our character with the ball, our character without the ball, the character that we have shown on multiple occasions this year in big football games. Now we have to deliver it from the first whistle in front of our people at Citi Field. So for me, it's about, the crowd and the energy and our fans. They feed off the energy that we give and the character that we give as a team. And I've been really clear with the team this week that is a must from the first whistle.